I'm the one. No problem. No problem. I will just let me do this and ensure that I am not going to be the culprit, as Mazi has also declared that I'm the one. So I'm going to just quickly have this in a place where I can see it without any level of interference right now. So just give me a minute if you can. All right. Thank you. So yes, you won't hear any of those interference again. So basically today we're talking about our leaders, the political class. Are they detached or are they represented? Do they feel what we feel? Do they know what we know about what we feel? Do they see us on how we want them to view us in terms of whether it's economy, whether it's whatever going on? Because every decision they make affects us. And that forms our conversation this morning. And just to also let you know that Abuja, of course, was designed as the center of unity. Yet many in the city now are separated from all the flashy convoys in Asokoro and the endless queue of water point in Yanya. The contrast that we see in the FCT from that guy who is driving his taxi in Area 1, loading Wuse, who has to break the law of the Federal Road Safety, put 2 passengers in front, 4 behind. Sometimes you look at the driver and you look at the passengers. You hardly know who is the driver. In the midst of that gentleman driving his car, passing through Area 10 and passing through the sheep house. But as he's trying to make way to the traffic light, a convoy also comes, blaring the siren and overtake him. In fact, a policeman who lives in his area inside that convoy would also be pointing hand at him. Clear, 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 clear. VIP coming, VIP coming. And this VIP is supposed to be the person either representing you or is detached from you. Do you also want to talk about the Metama or the Asokoro Wuse 2, the gated mansion, 24 hours power supply? If there is no AEDC, there is a generating set that is soundproof. If there is no generating set, there is high-powered solar energy, where plenty of the panels have become the roofing sheet of the mansion house. Plenty. And where also talk about Yanya, Gwagwaleda, Kubwa, Olugbe with their poor road network, unreliable power supply, and overloaded public transport. And this forms our conversation for this hour. Abuja is more than just the granite buildings and also the tinted glasses that we see every day. But in real sense, do our leaders, do they feel, our political leaders, do they make the air-conditioned office reflect in their realities on ground to decision-making? Do they connect or disconnect between the promises during campaign and what the people experience after elections? Do they feel what we feel in terms of when we are trekking from Wuse Market to Wuse 2 because you can't afford to pay 200 naira from Wuse Market to the former Amingo supermarket? And not because you are going to the supermarket to shop. It's because you are going there so that you can trek some more to where you go to work at Nikon Junction. So does the AC that our leaders stay, does it reflect what the society are going through? Are the leaders actually detached from us, or are they really representing us? That's our conversation this morning. And if you go with us to Facebook, if you go with us to X, we've put out the question there. You can start the conversation from there. But let me start with Usangforgod this morning, who also goes by the name Extraordinary. Because there are some things he might know that me and Mazi might not know.
I'm telling you.
After all, the Mazi branch where the gods are this morning. And I don't know if they told him anything about this conversation. But Dr. Usangforgod, our leaders, in your words, looking at all this that we have said as introduction to this conversation, whether it's from the convoy or the ACs, from reading newspapers, from central area to airport, highly tinted vehicles, sometimes bulletproof. Some tinted vehicles are the type that the person inside can see the person outside. The person outside can't see the person inside. But in some of these cases, both the person inside and the person outside can't even see themselves. Only the luxury that comes with the vehicle. And even at the chance where some of them have to see people, they still decide that a private jet will be easy to get to where they are going to. Do you think our leaders are political class leaders? Do you think they are detached from us or they are representing us?
Thank you so much, sir. I think that question is a double-faceted question. Class struggle is not new. And according to Karl Marx, that the history of a hitherto existing society is a history of class struggle.
Okay.
There have never been a time, there will never be a time where there will be absolute equality in the society. And by that I mean that there will not be a time where everybody is going to be or was going to be on the same pedestal. And that is the reason why people are struggling, people are going to school, people are learning skills, people are going to business, people are taking risk to ensure that they attain certain goals, certain lifestyle that will make them first comfortable, and then on the selfish side also make them have an edge over the other. Then you get the what we say in the local palace, I pass my neighbor. Yes, that aspect too is so African and so Nigerian in particular, where people acquire things they don't need. Buy cars they don't need, build houses they don't really need, but just to show that I am also in the league of those who own those things, and to also to in a way stylishly oppress the masses, to show that I have arrived. And now I just said that to also say that that is fair enough. That is general. Anywhere in the world, people are not equal. There are highbrow areas. There are low areas and all of that. They also have the areas where they call, let me not use that word so it won't be as if I'm using insensitive word on radio. I just brought that narrative to show that it will never be, even if everybody becomes an angel, they will still have superior angel. Yes, having said that, coming to your question directly, political leaders and representation, I want to say that there are very many reasons why people go into leadership. And we have several categories and kinds of leadership. There are people who are leaders by calling, there are people who are leaders by election, there are people who are leaders by selection, and there are people who are leaders on account of that they really need or have anything to offer as leaders, but just to show that they have arrived. And let me break it down. Those who are leaders by calling, they are the ones who want to serve you, who want to please masses, who want for you. You know, they can rub minds you. They don't see themselves as much difference. Even sometimes you have to remind them that, Oga, you are not supposed to come this low and they will still live these things. And then those who are leaders by selection are those who are privileged, those who are blessed and favored by the high and mighty. And so when such are in position of leadership, they are not likely to care much for the downtrodden. Rather, their loyalty, submission, and faithfulness is to those who selected them. We also have those who are leaders by election. Those who are leaders by election stand to be like a balance. Yes, no matter how well we still hope and wish that our political system gets better, we still have politicians who were really elected, and those ones have been there for the masses. You see them, going to churches, going to the mosques, attending events that are not totally organized by the high and mighty. You see them in charity organization. You see them on many things, just to show that I am one of you, and we are together. When they arrive their community, people know that they have arrived their community. But there are some that when they arrive their community, you only hear that they come and you not know. And so if we have such categories of leaders, we are going to, come to where we are right now. Now, you see that before elections, sir, you see politicians going to the stadium or the stadia, wherever Nigerians are playing, to view, and the camera is always picking them to show that Governor Effizy is in the stadium. And that is just grandstanding in some cases. Do you know why, sir? Because after the election, if they really succeed, they are in position, the same NFF, the same Nigerian football is being neglected. They never have time to even go to the stadium anymore. If they want to, actually, the best they can do is send maybe the deputy, or send an essay, or send a delegation of people to go. Or when we were playing final, if we get to the final and there's a chance that we are going to win it, they will come so that they will take the glory. So, but the real leaders who are attached, they are there for the people. They almost forget who they are. Effizy, you can bear me witness that for some years right now we have been running this Clean Abuja initiative.
Yes.
One would have thought that a wise councillor, a wise representative within that area would have jumped onto that project. Come along. Even if you want to call it grandstanding, it's better you would even grandstand than the one who doesn't even care about it.
Who does not even know.
Oh yes, that project right now, sir, is on a hold. And why is it on a hold? Because the funding of that project was from individual pockets.
Yes, sir.
And with the nature, the economy today right now, things are difficult. We cannot deny that. Yes, as a person of faith, I should say that when men are saying that they can't sit down, there is a lifting. That is being spiritual and speaking by faith. But you need to balance spiritual and then also the reality. The reality on ground is that it is actually not easy for people to keep bringing out. How can you explain that Area 1 runabout, there was a dunghill? We were the ones that made Area 1 the way it is right now.
Area 10?
Yes, let me start from Area 1.
Okay.
The center was a total dunghill. Go to the archives, get the pictures. Total dunghill. Everything was being done there. We excavated that place with our hands, with a little, we could. And then today, the government has found that place to make it a beautiful garden. Go to Utako Market.
Yes, sir.
By the car park. I speak on radio the truth and under God, and I lie not. The way we have the car parks right now was, you see pool there.
Yes.
It was glaring. It wasn't hidden.
Yes.
You see pool in the daytime.
Yes.
But when we went there, excavated that place with our hands, I want to thank the market authority as well, sir. That same day, they came, cordoned that place with their tape.
Yes.
And then they took over the maintenance of that place. And today, people can walk there.
People can park their cars there.
Park their cars there conveniently. Go to area. We tried it in Maitama. That was where Fortune said that the debt of Abuja is now on the surface.
Yes.
Sir, we got the one we say was beyond what we could do with our hands. We needed excavator, we needed
everything.
Heavy equipment.
We need every equipment.
Because we encountered reptiles and dangerous living things there, of which it was suicidal to go further. And Fortune lamented on radio over and over, nobody, no councillor, no rep strong on this project and see how we can make it beautiful. And because our idea was not to totally remove debt from the city of Abuja, it was just to set an example and to let people know that you can't just drink and throw anything out of the car. You will pass a message across. Now let's go to the I beg to differ debate, sir.
Yes.
That has been running for the 2 years right now.
Yes.
And then few people, thought it was a good, just honor these children to identify with this project. You have sponsors, turn their names again. People who come and something just to support. It shows that they are interested in the education of the young people. And one would have also thought that the government reps or even the commissioner for education or whoever represents education. I don't want to even go to the level of the minister.
Okay.
One would have just said, okay, how can we help these children? How can we help the program go? But the answer is no. So, leadership that is attached should have jumped on those gestures by well-meaning Nigerians to make it better and to assist. Whenever I went there to ask for money, we have never gone to anybody to ask for money, but it was a good thing. Each time we did that, we had sense of fulfillment and sense of happiness, and then the response from the residents also was encouraging.
Right.
Leadership should have jumped into that, sir.
Okay. I mean, Usangforgod has expanded it to even bringing it home. Let's leave outside. Let's start inside. What we are doing and how people can be a part. And it's quite interesting that Usangforgod highlights this thing bit by bit, because every time we ever went for cleanup, we never thought about why should the councillor not be here, why should the chairman not be here, and all of that. And I also remember that, in fact, when it wasn't Wuse, it was Utako, when we were going to Utako to clean up, is it Komsi or who? All the way from China, when they saw the first picture, had to send money that we should buy rakes.
True.
That this is not something we should put our hands into. The Wuse own, let's not even go there. Mazi, talk to me.
Sir El, thank you. And Abuja, once again, good morning. My brother Sam mentioned, in every society having classes of people, which is normal. But when it comes to leadership, and as regards the topic that we are discussing today, we must also understand that leadership is leadership everywhere. The definition of leadership in Netherlands is not different from what we have in Nigeria.
True.
It's not different from what we have in Ghana or any other place. But the problem I have with Africa, let me bring it back home, is that we have leaders who are not in touch with the reality on ground. They like sycophants. You mentioned, like this Clean Up Abuja, initiative. You want to tell me that the councillor of that particular, of those areas, they are not aware that such project is going on?
Why not?
You want to tell me that the area council chairman is not aware? No, they are aware. That's why I said some months back that how you know that these people, they are listening to whatever we say here is there, say something bad about them. Before you finish the program, they are outside there waiting for you. They know. But you see, when you have people who don't care, I know why I mentioned some places and also mentioned Africa. If you use your phone and Google, I think was it the Prime Minister of one of those European countries, the guy would use bike from his official residence to his office. And he has 2 bodyguards on bicycle, not motorbike.
Yes.
And he alone, I'm talking about somebody who is a president of their own country or prime minister. But here, have you seen, you remember I told you about the area council chairman? Have you seen his convoy?
Mazi, let me hold you there. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to your number 1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Back, it's 10:27 Nigerian time. It's town hall meeting on what's happening in Abuja this morning, and we're having that conversation this morning to say that our political class leaders, are they detached or representing us this morning? And the question that we have put out on all social media platforms such as Facebook and X this morning is, are Abuja leaders living in the same reality as the rest of us, or are they governing from a bubble of privilege? That's the question there. Mazi, you were talking about area councils to stress your point before we went on that break. Let's hear you.
So, as I was saying, you have area council chairmen who drive SUVs. But you know how many times our primary schools had to go on, they had to shut it down because
they're still on strike.
They're still on strike.
Yes.
Because our teachers
are still on strike.
Paid.
In fact, the minister, I said I was going to say it on the show when you all come. I think the minister still intervened, paid about 4 billion or so, which was still not up to what they were, so they're still on strike.
So,
and of course now nobody will answer them because there's school holiday.
Yeah, there's school holiday now. So how would you want me to accept the fact that these people that are really here to work for us, that they are representing us. No. If you are going to spend millions to get an SUV that you drive, nobody is saying they should trek because they are working for us. But I just gave you an example of, look at the UK Prime Minister. They were the ones who colonized us now. Have you seen the Prime Minister's convoy? Sits in one Jaguar car and like one other car behind. That's all. A Prime Minister of a country like UK.
No, they don't have big roads. So
even the king, even the Aoga, sometimes they fly the British Airways to wherever they are going to. But here you see, in fact, yesterday when I was coming to town, I saw the convoy of a traditional ruler.
I saw that convoy too.
Of a traditional ruler, Chifusan. In fact, one of the cars in the convoy alone, you wonder. When I just got angry when I saw it was a traditional ruler. If he's a governor, I go say to, we don't get used to this one, we will manage now. A traditional ruler who is under a local government chairman. Because all traditional rulers by our constitution, they are under a local government this thing. They are not even the responsibility of the state or the president. Now he's using that kind of this thing. So there is no need of saying the fact that these people do not care. If you can spend that amount on luxury and you have children, millions of children in this country, they are out of school. The other day, if I mention the Amaji rating, somebody will call now and start attacking me. Anyway, brother, I'm waiting for your call. If you do you know how much you're going to spend, like build a particular school that can house like 100 of these children, they will have their uniform, they have their feeding. Even if without their parents, everything that they want is in that place. Teach them the Islamic education, still give them the basic other education that will help them to, come out and become better people in society. You will not do that. We would rather spend that money on what is not necessary. And then you wonder how Boko Haram and the other ones, they are getting, hands to continue to, cause mayhem. These people do not care. And for as long as, and on the other hand, sir, sometimes I don't even blame them. Because for as long as you are a bad leader and you still have followers who are clapping for you and say, oh, you are doing well, what do you expect now? That will even embolden you to continue to, be on the wrong path. And you dare mention, oh, okay, you can do it better here. They will be the ones to come after you. When the former governor of Kogi State, the EFCC, they were running after him. Did you not see on social media guys who were doing incantation and so on now say, these are youths, so not old men, who are doing stuff in the name that, oh, you are pressing him, without asking the question, are they really after him for, something that he really committed, or they are witch hunting him? So we have bad leaders in Nigeria, in FCT today, because you have followers who are okay with whatever is going on, who don't want to improve. If you want to say...
But Mazi, let me cut in there. Is it a case of the followers are just following, or a case of the followers on a part of giving up to say, you know what, it's a 4-year or it's 8 years, I'll wait it. Wait it.
We have a situation where, like I said before, where you have, it looks like the Nigerian political class, there is this deliberate, plan to impoverish the people. Not just poverty, of your pocket, even of your mind. Both the political players, both the religious leaders, both the traditional institutions as well, they are part of this thing. Where if election time period is coming, you move around with few bags of rice, maybe by the time you share it might not even be up to 1 cup per person. You give out few cash, if they share it, you might not even get up to 500 naira. And you feel, oh, he has remembered us, without you thinking that, am I taking this thing? Is this what I'm going to sustain myself and my family with for the next 4 years before another election cycle comes? Chifusa mentioned something. During the election, check it on TV now when it comes. You see them going by roadside to join the people who roast corn, join Akara woman who fries. That tells you that they know you ought to come down to the level where your followers are so you can feed them. But after election, you find out that even some of them, when they come to a supermarket where you and I want to shop, they may have to send us out. I don't want to mention a particular name. It happened in the supermarket here. When the woman was coming, everybody in that supermarket was asked to leave until she finished shopping. Then every other person can come in and buy. But if it was during the election, he will go to the Wuse market that we all go, or go to Kubwa market, or even visit Kubwa General Hospital, check my BP or whatever. So that tells you they know what they are doing. But just like you said, you know, you listed different classes of leaders, those who are called, those who are elected, and so on and so forth. Here, I don't know whether anybody is called by God or whether anybody is elected. I think that there is that agenda of going into office, not to serve, but to enrich yourself for personal gain.
All right.
Thank you.
Mazi, if you put it that way, someone would now want to say that, if you invest so much in elections, you should be able to gain some profit. If not anything, get the capital back. But it's not a problem.
Yeah, but Sahel, in places where, take for instance, now, they just sworn in what's the name of the president? Donald Trump, right?
Yes.
He didn't use his personal money to finance his election. If people of FCT like Usan, all of us can gather and say, I'm giving 10,000, I'm giving 20,000, this person is giving 50,000. We want you in office. They fund it, and there is no way he will get into office and behave like he's God.
No,
he knows that these people brought me to this place.
Usan's case is different now. They love him, but they won't vote for him now, because how will they get the money back?
But we are not going to give up and say, since that is how he's been like that for ages, then let's continue. There must be a point where we get to and say, no, let's have a change.
All right, let's come to the phone line. 0700 951 0000. WhatsApp is 003993037. And our question to you is that, are Abuja leaders living in the same reality as the rest of us, or are they governing us from a bubble of privilege? This morning, that's our question to you. Keep it straight and simple with us this morning so we can take a lot of calls. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Uh-oh. So we move to the next caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
My name is Gail Collins.
You're welcome.
Yeah, honestly, we have leaders who are detached from the people they are ruling. They are detached in the sense that they don't even care what guys are going through. They only come down to our level when they want to use us. Yes, when they want to use us. Just like Mazi said,
yes.
His election, they'll come where they are selling corn, pretend as if they love corn. But after everything, when the elections are done, they will lock up. They will be in their circle. They will open the glass, they will be waving at the people. But when the elections are done, you won't even see their faces. You won't see their faces. It's such a terrible thing that we find ourselves, in this situation. That at least, okay, go to all the schools. I went to one school within my town. Is a science school. If you see the environment, sir, and the water these students drink, you cry for these students. Yet we have guys in FCT who are cruising in luxurious vehicles.
Yes.
Okay, they don't even care. They don't care. Honestly, see, to me, there's nothing enticing about Abuja. Yes, nothing at all. Because the guys who are supposed to make Abuja is a hub, in the world, they don't even care.
Okay, thank you.
Israel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your contribution. Let's see another one here via WhatsApp. Okay, the caller couldn't wait. Let's look at your messages here this morning. And just as we're talking, Mazi, you can also see the message again. What's happening in Abuja is the teacher's laptop. Were you here did you listen to the show when I spoke to a gentleman and teachers in FCC started telling me about a laptop that they paid for and they have not been supplied that laptop, and they did not only just pay for it, it was deducted from their salary. 144,000, and this is showing up again this morning. The laptop has not been supplied by a particular organization. All right, let's take another call here. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is calling from, Zone 4.
You're welcome. Talk to
Zone
us.
2, right?
Talk to us. Hello?
Network.
You might have to call us back. The network. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, the Bologna. Namujin Dunia. I greet Ogamazi and all
Good morning, sir.
in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
Morning
My
to you,
name
sir.
is Abubakar.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the condition of primary school education in FCT is worrisome. When they are taking of infrastructure, the condition of studies of the teachers, nobody even give show regard for the teachers. And most of their schools, they have become even Indian smoking joint after the school hour for some of the street urchins.
True.
So in Gwagwalade here, there is a school, the pilot school. It's even dumping refuse dumping ground in the neighborhood. People in the neighborhood would pack their refuse and dump it in the school premises. So there is a lot that has to be done. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's go back here. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is Jake calling back from Use Zone 2.
Please go on.
Yeah, you see, we're talking about our leaders, either they are detached or not. You see, I think the first question is, do we have leaders or rulers? Because I don't think we have leaders. What we have is rulers. They are ruling us, they are not leading us. Because a person that leads is an exemplary that somebody can copy his good characters or bad characters. But the ones that we have, they are not leading us anywhere, they are ruling us. Sit down there. If you dare stand up, you are in trouble. That is what they are doing to us. You are beating a child and then you are telling the child not to cry. That is ruling. You are not leading the child to prosperity. That is the problem we have. Until we start to have leaders in this country, then we can start to demand for dividend of democracy.
All right, thank you, sir. Until we start having leaders, you can't demand for the dividends of democracy. Hello, good morning to you.
What is happening in Abuja?
That's what we're talking about. You're welcome to the show. Let's talk. Hello?
Hey, Comrade Abubakar calling from Gwagwalada.
You're welcome, comrade. Let's talk. Comrade, are you there?
Network.
You know, the issue of I think
His connection is bad.
Comrade, you might have to call us back. We honestly can't hear you. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sahel Baba.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
I greet the elders in their house.
Good morning, sir.
Jigs.
Uh-oh. Hello? Hello?
Yes, engineer. Yeah,
Engineer Ola, can you hear us? Okay. The phone lines are jamming. Hello, good morning to you.
hello. Sahel.
Yes, good morning.
I'm calling from Gwagwalada.
Go on.
Okay, so you know the coming of current FCT minister, he has exposed the secrets of the chairman of area councils. But if you look very well, the allocation they are collecting, they do nothing with it, and most of them use it to enrich themselves. And you have not seen any impact that they make concerning that money as allocation they are collecting. Because if you check within the city center of the various area councils, the project that is ongoing and the one that is accomplished were executed by the current minister. And you go to other wards where they are canvassing votes from, believe me, nothing. It's coming about this FCT minister that some of the chairmen begin to look some area, bring like 3 or 5 stick of street lights and write their name on top. You understand? So they need to wake up to the responsibility. And there have to be a dimension of how things could go, that they will have to cooperative monitoring. Because they have not get monitoring, and that's why they are using those funds to enrich themselves. If you check, they have a large portion of property around everywhere. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Still coming back to what Mazi said. I mean, he's talking about area councils, and he says these people they just enjoy themselves and they don't get to do anything.
Well done.
This person says, good morning, sirs. I hope our leaders are listening. The truth is that our leaders are really, really detached. They are not in the same page with us. They are ignorant and okay, not a lot of them are not uneducated, as you have put it, are more than the informed or educated. This, okay, let me skip this part. So nobody wants to risk his or her life for Abuja or Nigeria, but the hardship and decay we are seeing, everyone is feeling the impact. Hopefully, Wike presence will change the narrative. Hope from Mutako. Send this via WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Hope, for sending this. The billionaire, good morning to you. For real, 100 naira deducted from 100,000 naira. 144,000 naira deducted from teachers who are carrying over unpaid salary. What's going on? Common hope for the citizen is lost. Who will rescue this menace? Joe West. And that's what you say this morning. Okay. Let's go back to WhatsApp call where we see some callers waiting. Okay, sorry, that caller couldn't wait. So when you call back, we'll take the call. But you can leave us a message on YouTube, on Facebook, on X this morning. YouTube and Facebook are Nigeria Info Abuja, X and Nigeria Info ABJ. Just in case you can't get through the 0700 951 0000 or the WhatsApp call option, which is 0039 30137. How do we make our leaders start representing us, Usangforgod?
Yes, the question is not very difficult. The thing to do is also not, you don't need to break the bank to do that.
Okay.
Well, like Mazi said, he said he doesn't blame them much. He blames the followers. So let me tell you the truth. The simplest remedy to getting good leaders is the followership.
Okay.
Yes. The leaders that we have. I'm actually not here to actually judge which leader is good or not. I'm actually here to speak generally on what I know about leadership as a sociologist and also what I have experienced. The followers are responsible for this leadership. Now, let's put all the leaders in this country, from the president to the list. Council is the list, right? Or whatever. How many of them put together? Are they will they be up to 2 million?
Let's just give them 2 million.
Let's just dash them 2 million. And then you have the remaining of about 200 million plus being lamenting, complaining. You talked about election. The truth is that those who have lesser tendency to do what we are complaining about would not likely be elected.
Yeah.
And those who have higher tendency to do what we wish are not likely to win. How? They don't have all it takes to run, to spend for flyers, travel, campaign, and maybe give tips or whatever, I don't know. And deliberately, the followership is not intentional about looking into the pedigree, into the profile of this individual. To say, you were a class governor, how did you lead? You were a Sunday school teacher, or you were a leader in the mosque or in one of the Islamic whatever, how did you fare?
During your time?
Yes. When you have leaders who were student union president, they were secretary of department, they were treasurers, they were sports, whatever. These leaders came from the university. Their attitude and their action is not new. Some of them were unionists, some of them were labor leaders, and they never led well. And we knew they never led well, but we rewarded them. We rewarded them with higher positions.
Bigger platform.
Yes. And so when they now get there, by the means and way they got there, you now expect magic. Look, the Nigerian followership surprises it most. Elections will come. You will see different parties, you see candidates whom people know have integrity, but they know they have very shallow pocket. They will not vote for them.
Mazi, what do you say to what Usangforgod is saying?
I agree with him 100%. And the reason why I said that is I've been shouting It's only in Nigeria that during election period, that's when they will hire, what's the name of this funny musician? The other one with one funny character that is always in the news for one bad thing.
The one that has plenty of wives.
They will hire
I think he's currently in Kwara State. One other musician
even the one that has plenty wives, they also hire him too.
You understand? That's when they will hire him for. When are we going to have debates? Osang is interested in an office. If he's interested, Sir El is interested. Can you all line up and tell us your plan? That is how they do. This person will tell you, because okay, in the education, this is how I'm going to tackle our problem in the educational sector. This is how I'm going to do about agriculture. Then the people will now look at them and choose which one is better that will work for us. If Sir El says in agriculture, I'm giving fertilizer, and Osang says, no, I'm giving you tractor, I'm also creating a road to the place. And if he says, no, I'll just give you money, find a way to it, we choose. If we want somebody who's going to give us tractor and then create road as well, so I can bring out my... That is how it's done. But when they're not... In fact, Sir El, let me even say this. Let me just say it. The reason why they are not interested in debate or where they will sit down and we ask them questions is because they have nothing here to offer us. Let's just say it. That is what it is. Because
Mazi, that might not be true. I mean, it takes somebody to know that there is a problem before you start to think of a solution. Some people might not even know that there is a problem.
Sir, you've seen in this same country where, if in fact a governor from a state where I grew up, they asked him one question about, women giving birth and so on, and he was mentioning about whether he's giving women 500 naira after giving birth.
That's a very huge sum of money.
Even he that is saying that thing, if you dash the oldest man in his village 500 naira, they will curse you. What can you do with 500 naira? A woman who just gave birth and then maybe she doesn't have food or anything, it's 500 naira you're giving, and he shamelessly came. The same person said that he brought, when they asked him what he brought to Abba, said he mentioned the name of a particular eatery. That is an achievement. I mean, Sir El opened his own buka where he sells food. He decided to open a branch in Abba. A governor is laying claim that is what he attracted as investment. And in that same state, you have somebody now who is busy opening up all the roads in Abba. People are going back. People are going back. That is where I grew up. People are going back there. So when election comes, please stop attending carnivals where they will play musicians. That is not solution to the bad roads that we have. That is not solution to insecurity. That is not. Let us begin to ask these people deep questions. In Anambra today, the insecurity thing that you're having, look at what Soludo is doing. Whether you like it or not, it has gone down very, very well. I don't know anybody who will beat him. I'm not campaigning for him. But because of the way he has tackled this insecurity thing, some of these native doctors who are busy deceiving young men, instead of you going to learn tailoring or learn carpentry, you are busy hoping that one native doctor is going to give you something that will, turn you a billionaire overnight. Now, he's doing so much in that regard. So let us begin to elect leaders who have something to offer. Stop looking at those who are giving you rights and this thing, because it doesn't work. In fact, one activist on social media did something, Sahel, went to somewhere in Ghana to do boho for them. In that place, he said he chartered a car. He spent almost 3 hours or 4 hours to get to that place. He saw posters. It's an African thing. It's not a Nigerian thing. Make them not think say we are after them. In that place, but there was no boho. It was the teacher that came on Facebook to shout, look at where we are. Now he then went there to help them in Ghana.
Mazi, if electoral materials can be everywhere in this country, development can be everywhere.
Exactly.
But it's just I just feel sometimes that Mazi is over dreaming this thing.
Millionaire, let me just add this, because my story will not rest if I don't say it. You see, when we talk about development, sometimes it looks like FCT have gone very, very far ahead in terms of educational development. School in Pape, trackable distance to Metema, used to share the children. So reasons of they do. You get to places, school fees is 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, but we have to carry a bottle of it for 100,000, and dash out money.
That is cheap.
Please, sir, if you can listen to me and you're hearing me very, very loud and clear. God has put you there. You can actually do more.
Yeah.
If you feel insecure to do this, send for some teachers, send to the 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, and they have been out of school. And if you have 1 million naira, divide it by that amount of money, you will know the numbers of children you can touch in a section or in a term.
True.
Even not only the leaders, Nigerians are listening to me also. Please, as God has blessed you and put you where you are, you can actually do more. With your 200,000 naira, you can pay fees for children. If you divide that amount by this fee I just mentioned, you know the number of children you would have put faces, smile on their faces.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have a lot of comments here and the phone line. So we'll come back after the news at the top of the hour to take some of those comments. But Joy Berry is standing by for the news. But just before that, we would start with the commercials at 11:55. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Nigeria Info.